Why do my Uber drivers always overshare their life stories with me, unprompted? Sounds like you just have one of those faces. They are sitting in a car for 8 hours a day and they want to talk to someone. There's an option on Uber where you can select quiet preferred or something similar. That may help. Probably starved for attention conversation if they are doing it as a full-time job. They don't want to go 8 hours without talking. I don't know. I used to drive Uber. I didn't share shit. People like talking to people. Redditors always find that hard to understand, but it's basically what it comes down to. I also travel a lot for work. I do airport Ubers a ton. Been on both sides. Sometimes I talk a lot, sometimes I'm not in the mood. I don't think anything of it. Everyone is human and is going through something of some extent. The best thing I can do if I'm not in the mood to talk is to just be a good listener in my opinion. As a 24M, I feel the same. It's genuinely disconcerting how many strangers feel comfortable telling you the minutes of their life story, down to the gross and sad parts. I know it's not because I give off a kind aura either. I have a mental illness that can make my empathy and patience low at times, especially when I'm tired. I could be sitting in an Uber, work vest covered in dirt, the only words out of mouth having been yes no while actively trying to look irritated, and Janice will still tell me all about her divorce and her kids who don't talk to her. But it's definitely not her fault. Really makes you wonder if they are just dumping this stuff into the lap of anyone unlucky enough to get in their car. I think part of their rating system includes good conversation. I'd just tell them when you first get in, hey, thanks for picking me up. I probably won't be up for much conversation, is that okay? Feel free to put on whatever you like to listen to. Same experience with me. I don't take Ubers often, but just yesterday I had a ride with an older man who was doing more talking than actual driving. Worst case was in Paris, where the driver spent the whole 40-minute drive to the airport chatting. For some reason I assume they take the father figure role. It's easier to endure it when I think they have a daughter somewhere who he misses. I don't know, my dad is the same way, prefers conversation during rides, and I would hate it if someone found him unbearable. But as much as I put up with it, I wish they would just drive in silence. I get that too, but find it's not just a men to women thing. Just earlier today I was out at a museum, and an older woman there came up to me and just started talking, and after a moment apologized for latching onto me metaphorically. Just put on some headphones. They are making shit up in hopes of a better tip. Not kidding. I'm a male and my drivers almost never talk to me. I used to drive Uber in the afternoons after I finished my regular job here in Australia. I ended up being able to quickly work out who'd want to chat and who'd want to be left alone to chill. Usually, if the rider sat up front, that was a good indication they were up for a chat. And if they sat in the back, I'd throw them some small talk and judge how far to take it on their response. I'd usually ask them questions about themselves rather than talk about myself. No one likes to hear an uninvited life story. My advice: sit in the back. Be honest. Tell the driver you're really tired, or need to do some work on your phone, and if he's worth his salt, he won't be offended. A lot of people can't do their jobs without being social at every possible moment. I suspect it's something far less than this. It may all come down to tipping. Women tend to tip more if they feel a connection to someone. Men don't tend to tip that way. Best way to silence this is to hold up a finger like one moment please, them tap an earbud, headset, something, showing the driver you're engaged with something. That'll end discussions on the spot. Might want to have a pair just for such events. Just put them before you get inside the vehicle, but have them off so you can hear what's going on for safety purposes. If necessary, make a few random comments like you're on the phone. Try being very blunt without being rude. You seem very kind like my wife. Certain personality types prey on your type of personality. Enjoy it when you desire it. Be blunt and not rude when you desire your peace. Always value your peace above the peace of others. The older, bitchier and fatter I got, men dumped less. Creepy flirt tactic. You're young, cute and probably smile. I'm not a young woman. I'm a middle-aged woman. And if I get in a taxi alone, I end up in a conversation with the driver. It really annoys me. I don't want to pay someone and then be socially obligated to talk with them. I have no solution for you. I feel like the alternative is to have a hostile drive. Literally, every time I have rejected the conversation, the driver dislikes me and makes snappy comments. Only happens when I'm alone.